Hey guys, it's Mary Lee the Diamond Dinosaur. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, glad to see that you're coming back into the lair. If you're new, feel free to step right in. Don't be afraid. We have not had any velociraptor incidents for at least a year now, so you'll be safe. I'm getting ready to share with you my very first Christmas premiere video. So I'm very excited for that. I've been thinking about doing one since I saw it a couple years ago. I think it's a great concept, and I love the fact that I get to share my craft with you and my knowledge of some things you may like and some things you may don't, and that's okay. So first off, let me talk a little bit about what I'm working on, and we can kind of get right into it. My first thing I want to talk about is my kit itself. This canvas is called Santa All the Way. It is from Fallon Gems. When I first saw it, I thought it was so cute. I am not a person who likes a lot of pastel colors. I usually, well, no, shouldn't say that because I do like a lot of Mrs. Butterdee. I just thought this was such a cute little canvas. I thought it would be perfect for jingle drills. So I grabbed it while I could. Again, it's from Fallon Gems. You can find that on fallongems.com. They have a bunch of other kits. I also have another Christmas kit called Gingerbread Lane, which is from paintedmave.com. So I was initially going to do that one as well. I don't know if I'll get to that. This one is almost done. So I may be able to have time to kit that up and work on that to tag off the end of the holidays. If you are interested, I am an affiliate of Paint It Mave. You can go to their website and save 20% by using my affiliate code GOBIRDS33. So that being said, my release papers I'm using today are from Crafts with Crashly. I'm using my Jingle Drills tray from Firefly from last year. I have my little lily pad from Tracy's DP World, as well as the little gingerbread house cover minder that I had gotten from there as well. And my little trash tray from Yellow Dog Designs, which is now Dissy's Diamond Den product. And I'm really sorry, you guys. I am getting over some type of sinus infection. So if I'm clearing my throat, I apologize. I do have water here. So again, I'm very sorry if I feel like I'm clearing my throat a lot. That being said, my putty I'm using in my multi-placer is my Jingle Drills putty from Creations Moran. I won this 2 years ago in Jingle Drills, and the putty is still working great. Okay, so how is everyone on this fine December 26th? I hope everyone is well and have enjoyed their holidays to the best of their ability. I hope, I'm wishing everyone well. I hope, you guys haven't caught any of the sickness that's going around, usually around this time of the year. And I do hope that if you guys got snow, that you love it. If you don't love it, I'm very sorry. I wish I had it, but we usually get snow here in January, February. For those of you guys that don't know, I am about a half hour out of the city of Philadelphia in Bucks County, right across the river from New Jersey. So I'm in that I-95 corridor, and we tend to not get a lot of snowfall at times. They tend to we're like in my mom used to say we're like in a gully, right? So we kind of bypasses us all the time. So I don't think I ever really talked much about myself on any of my whips. Again, my name is Mary Lee, and I go by Diamond Dinosaur 33 on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. I'm fairly new to diamond painting. I mean, I've been diamond painting maybe about 3 years, maybe 4. But I think it's more like maybe 3.5. Right on the tail end of COVID is when I kind of got into it, which I think, everybody got into it at the tail end of COVID, so to speak. I live in a 100-year-old house with my husband, my daughter, and her boyfriend, and our 3 dogs. The house was built by my grandfather, so I am third generation owner. And yes, if anyone needed to know, people have passed away here. My grandparents have passed here in the house. So yes, sometimes there are noises, and sometimes there are not. So I hope everyone, again, is doing well. Just trying to march through here. I don't know if any of you guys are decorated. I mean, I'm sure you guys are decorated for Christmas. My husband just asked me recently if I wanted to go and see the Christmas lights, and I was like, sure, I'll go see the Christmas lights. You know, we should bring the dogs to see the Christmas lights because they like Christmas lights too. And he just kind of looked at me and rolled his eyes like, okay. But I love my dogs, especially my Isabella. She is my pampered puppy princess, and she is with me always. The other two that we have belong to my daughter. So in essence, they are my grand dogs. A little Pomeranian named Sherman, who sometimes you might see him on camera sometimes. He's on my lap. And the other one is her bigger dog, boxer pointer mix named Helena. So that is my granddaughter. And I'm literally okay with that. I love my grand puppies. I did have a little guy pass in November. It's so weird to say passed last month because it feels like it was just yesterday. But time really does makes things go faster and does kind of ease the pain. It never takes it away, but it kind of eases the pain. So yeah, and I used to take him to see Santa Claus and dress him up. And Sherman too. Sherman he has a Santa suit. But we missed the Santa Claus this year because with me not feeling well and everything, we just didn't get around to doing it. So I hope everyone is working on good kits. I saw one of the diamond painting channels. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not really good with that because I don't watch a lot of the diamond painting YouTube channels. And if I do, I'm just now starting to get into them. But they had posted about some of the events they're having. I am really looking forward to doing some events this year. The first event I ever did was Drills and Chills, followed by Jingle Drills. And then I did Who's Who 2024 event. I did the Lavelle 24 event. And I did also do Summer with the Masters event 2 years ago. Not this past year, the year before, which I really enjoyed. And I wanted to do that this year, but I felt like I was going to have too many events going on. But my Lavelle event and my Who's Who event got canceled. So technically, I really could have done Summers with the Masters, but by then I didn't have a kit for Summers with the Masters. So I'm hoping that I can do more events this year coming up, which is kind of going to be part of my New Year's resolution. So if you guys have New Year's resolutions strictly related to your diamond painting stash, whatever you're planning on doing, please put that in the comments, because I'd love to see what everyone else's resolution is, because I'm about to share mine with y'all. So initially, for my resolution, I wanted to do 4 kits. I just wanted to pull 4 random kits from my stash, and that's what I was working on. I was not going to work on any more until those 4 were done. And, well, as one got finished, I would just pull another random one. So there was always 4 whips going. But then a friend of mine, Chocolate Diamonds to be exact, mentioned to me that what she does is she does events, but she's not necessarily doing them for the prizes. She's doing them so she can keep a better handle on her stash. So that's kind of helps her, keep things down or under control. So I thought, that might be a good thing. So maybe the more events I do, that will enable me to get rid of maybe some of my larger canvases or more difficult canvases. So like right now, I am currently working on jingle drills with my Santa All the Way, but I'm also doing the Mary Morales 2025 this year, which goes from December 1st to January 31st. I'm actually doing NFL for my Mary Morales, which I'm enjoying that so much because I only have 2 kits from Margaret Morales. So I would have never have pulled that as one of my first kits to do. So I'm glad that I'm doing it because it's kind of forcing me to do it to an extent. So I'm doing that and I'm really enjoying that. And then on January 1st, I think to March 1st is Ivy Dollamore. I'm doing the Ivy Dollamore event. So I'm going to be doing Rose Library with enhancements for that one. So that's kind of the game plan I'm going with right now. I'm going to try to do as many events as I can. And if I don't have any events, then I'll just pull whatever random ones out of there. And then, I mean, this year for Christmas, we got my daughter a couple diamond painting things because she's back into diamond painting, which I'm glad to see. She was diamond painting for a while, and then she kind of lost interest because she was doing the Harry Potter diamond painting for House of Slytherin. And with all that color blocking and that green, she's just like, oh my God, I never want to touch diamond painting again. And she just didn't want to do it. So then all of a sudden she came down to the craft room one day and she's like, hey, I was thinking maybe I could do one of your Mrs. Butter D's, like almost like a palette cleanse. And I'm like, sure. So she did it. And now she's just been on a tear right now. She just finished her Aragorn from Lord of the Rings. So she finished that. So now she is actively diamond painting again. She diamond paints every day, which I'm glad to see because it's very good for her mental health and a way to decompress from work and stuff like that. So it makes it so much easier to an extent that her and her boyfriend live here because she can utilize the craft room and she can still diamond paint and we can diamond paint together because we've always crafted together. So that being said, let's jump right back over though to Aragorn and Lord of the Rings. For my Lord of the Rings peeps that are out there and watching, Lord of the Rings, the trilogy, I believe it is the trilogy. The extended editions are coming back to theaters for their anniversary in January. So, this dinosaur right here will be buying tickets to see her elf, Legolas. So that's very exciting. And if I've done that route in the theaters where they played them all the same day, and you are literally sitting in that theater for 16 hours. But hey, I love the Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll try to get it up there. Where's my camera? Right there. It is, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm trying to get it so you can see it. But that silver ring right there, it is the One Ring. So you can see it. It has the Elvish writing on it. And I also have the number 9 tattooed on my leg for the 9 members of the Fellowship to go along with the 9 members of the Nazgul. So yeah, I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. So I will probably be getting tickets for that. So much a Lord of the Rings fan my daughter is as well that her dog, Helena, her middle name is the name of the she-elf in The Hobbit, Tauriel. So she is Helena Tauriel from Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So yeah, that's exciting. Can't wait for that. I know I haven't really been doing, I've been trying to do as many whips as I can sometimes because I'm trying to follow along because if you guys don't already know, I am a huge football fan. I've been a football fan for a very long time. So that's one of the things I'm known for on my channel. I talk football. So yes, go Birds. That being said, I will be talking a little bit of football. I know some of these Christmas premieres and stuff, people They go off tag questions, like Christmas tag questions and stuff. I didn't want to do that. I kind of wanted to do something different. So I have a list of NFL trivia questions that I thought it would be fun for me to walk through and give you the question and the answer. If you know the answer, please feel free to drop it in my comments below. So that's part of my premiere video. The other part of my premiere video is, the other thing I'm known for is I talk a lot of urban legend and folklore. The next plan I have for my channel, which I had originally wanted to do in November, starting in November, but we had a lot of things happening here at our house. So I just wasn't able to do it, was I want to just discuss more urban legends and folklore because I think they're very important. I don't know, I just think myths and legends and things like that, they're fun and I enjoy them. So if I have a passion for them and I can share my passion and maybe someone else would become passionate about them and they would make somebody else happy, then I'm all about it. I'm literally all about it. So the one I'm going to talk about for this video is Krampus. Krampus is a Christmas demon. He comes from the old country, meaning Slovenia, Germany, over in that part of the world. And he came to visit children along with Saint Nick. So I kind of learned about Krampus in a roundabout way from my father, whose grandfather was from Germany. So, I mean, it wasn't a tradition that we practice here in my family, as you know, when I was a child. But I did hear about the story of Krampus initially from my dad. My dad used to talk about, you know, he would go to bed and I would go upstairs and I'd be sitting on the bed talking to him, and we would play I Spy with my little eye or whatever. And he always used to say, look out the window. See those red eyes out there? They're red eyes. Krampus had red eyes. So kind of a little fascination there. Just a little bit of family history for myself. So let me share these two things with you though. Krampus is known to be half goat, half demon. His feet are cloven, like a goat. He does have the horns of, per se, a demon / devil. And this is one of the ornaments I hang on my tree every year. This is Krampus. I'm trying to see if I can get him in the camera. Yeah, you guys can see him. Okay, so he's got his red eyes. He's got his cloven hooves. Krampus does wear sheepskin fur. He has been known to have chains as well as a cowbell, possibly. He usually carries a pitchfork, a birch branch that he uses to poke the children, sometimes beat the children with. And then he also has a wooden basket that he also carries. Now, that's one of my Krampuses, and this is my other Krampus. You can see him here. He does have his red eyes. He is known to have a long pointed tongue, like right here. Here's his chain and his bells, and here's his birch branch. I don't know what the significance of the birch branch is. So basically Krampus comes from the word Krampen in German, which means claw. He is what they would consider probably more of a pagan tradition that they used to do before the winter solstice. He is older than Christianity, as well as the Roman Empire. But then, I mean, at one point, the Catholic Church did try to ban Krampus and the celebrations and things like that, and try to erase the tradition, but that obviously clearly did not work. So he became partner to St. Nicholas. So on December 5th, St. Nicholas would come with his partner Krampus, and if the children were good in the village, St. Nicholas would leave them sweets in their shoes or their stockings, whichever. But if they were naughty, they would have to go with Krampus. So Krampus, if the child was naughty, Krampus would poke them with the stick, with his little birch branch stick, or maybe beat them with the stick. I know this sounds harsh, so I apologize. And sometimes if they were very naughty, he would kidnap them. He would pick them up and he would put them in his wooden basket, and he would take them back to his lair, where he would torture them some more, maybe even possibly eat them. Or even, it was also known that he would take their souls to hell, to the underworld. Clearly, that would be enough to scare any child, for sure. But that's part of Krampus's story. He also, we think that it's been known that he wore chains, which I did say that. But this was during the 12th century is when the Catholic Church tried to ban Krampus, but it failed. So the traditions, like I said, do continue. He's also sometimes known as the Christmas demon. And usually the kids that were taken in the basket back to his lair were the kids who challenged him. That would be their punishment. He is usually covered again with sheep's clothing and chains, and it's the origin of the chains is a little bit sketchy. Some people say that the chains came into play after the Christian influence on his story, and they can be seen as a possible representation of like binding the devil, so to speak. But they've also been seen and been a part of other rituals and traditions within the history of Krampus. So there's no real clear definitive as to where these chains came from, clearly. But this was also one of the things that my dad had hanging on the back door. So it's kind of like a Krampus cowbell, right? So, yeah. So Krampus was, he's a thing. I believe in Krampus. There is a Krampus movie, which was fun. I did enjoy it. I kind of thought the ending was a little weird, but considering that sometimes when you just say, oh, Krampus takes the children, you kind of freak out. You can't really say that in this day and age, you know what I mean? So they made the ending in a way that Krampus did have the children, but Krampus more or less, spoiler alert, if you haven't already seen it, it is a older movie. It showed the family in a snow globe, like their house in a snow globe. And when it pans further back and away, you see it on the shelf, and it's literally in Krampus's house. So, very clearly, that's how they were able to, put it out there that Krampus, did kidnap the children. Anybody else have nice, if you guys know of any Christmas traditions that you guys use or celebrate, feel free to drop that in the comments. Always love to hear those things. But again, for us, you know, it is Krampus. I did tell my daughter the story of Krampus, and I don't think she really necessarily likes it, but she does know it. So that's of the utmost importance in my book. So yeah. We talked about your resolutions. Again, don't forget, guys, if you have any resolutions for your stashes, put them in the comments because I'd love to read them. So again, when it comes to urban legends, I do have every intention of building my channel a little bit more around urban legends. It just gets a little bit hectic because I'm so focused on football for a certain part of the year, clearly. So probably once football's dying down a little bit, go Birds, I will flip over and start really plotting and planning out my urban legends, because I would really like to tell an urban legend story, folklore, something for each state. I think that would be really fun. So that is coming, so be in tune to that. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was, again, getting back to those Christmas tag questions, trivia questions, however you want to say it. I'm going to do it my way with my own flair by doing NFL trivia questions. So for those of you that are football fans, I hope you enjoy it. For those of you who are not, I'm very sorry. But hey, if you could get something out of it, learn something from it, that's all that matters. So I'm going to start with my first question. So these next few questions, they're strictly about just the NFL in general. So I'm going to have some of those. I'm going to have some stadium questions, and then I'm going to have some player questions as well. So there's a total of 25. So number one, how many NFL teams are there? There are 32 NFL teams. I will not name all of them. I probably could, but I will not. Number two, how many teams played in the NFL's inaugural season in 1922? There were 12. Like how I paused there between question and answer because I'm waiting to hear one of my, I have a room full of students going to raise their hand and say, I know the answer. Sorry, guys. There were 18 that played in the inaugural season. 1922, there were 18 teams total. I believe the Eagles were not even there at that time. The Eagles did not come in until 10 years later. The Eagles came into the NFL in 1933. Go Birds. Number three, as of 2020, how many regular season games are there? So, at that time, there were 16. I'm kind of glad that I reworked these questions again today because I needed to make some changes. So in 2020, there were 16 total games for the season, but in 2021, they changed it to 17. So there's currently 17 games. Number four, who is credited with having created the American football game? This down a little bit to get the glare off my screen. It is Walter Camp. He is the one that's credited with it. Next question. What year did the NFL require players to wear helmets? That answer would be 1943. So those poor guys that didn't wear helmets before then, oof. Oh my God, if you've ever seen some of those older games, man, ruthless. Like a bunch of kids playing backyard football. Not even gonna lie, girls. Not even gonna lie. Or as the kids say, not even finna cap. As of 2023, who is the oldest head coach in the NFL? That coach would be the current head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders, Pete Carroll. How many officials are there in an NFL game? There are 7. So I always try to point that out to my daughter because she's learning to appreciate the game more as she watches, and she gets so frustrated sometimes when you see a bad call. You know, how did the ref not see that? Because there's only 7 on the field. That's a big field. There's a lot that they got to be looking at. So there are only 7 referees on the field during the game. Okay, number 8, how many rounds are in the draft? There are 7 rounds in the NFL draft. NFL draft usually happens in April. So yeah, it's about this time of the year that I start paying a little bit more attention to. College games are pretty much over now, but now is when I'll start focusing on, you know, the little senior Pro Bowls and things like that, so I can start watching some of these players that are eligible for the draft and when they're invited to the combine, and that's when I start taking notice, because I do actively watch the draft to see where these players are going to go. Number 9, who is the commissioner of the NFL? That would be Roger Goodell. So yeah, there's that. I'm not really happy with some of the choices he makes, but he is the commissioner, so it is what it is. Okay, so this is some player trivia. So again, I'm glad that I kind of reworked some of these questions, because 2 of them I had to already change because of the season this year. Number 10, in 2019, Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, became the 2nd player in NFL history to be named the MVP of the NFL unanimously. Who was the first player? The first player to do that was the GOAT, of course, TB12, Tom Brady. Not gonna lie, guys, I was not a Tom Brady fan when he was playing football. I'm sorry I missed that, but I can now go back and watch those games and be appreciative of him as a player. I did not think he had a personality, but since he is no longer playing and he is doing commentary, this boy got so much charisma, girl, I can't even stand it. Like, he's the only person I want to ever commentate on any NFL game ever. It just always has to be Tom Brady, nobody else. And to get him and Gronk together is hilarious. It's like my daughter and I see Gronk on the sidelines and we're like, Tom, come get your son. Next question. Which QB has the most rushing yards with 6,110 yards? That would be Lamar Jackson, which the original answer to the question was Michael Vick, but over the past couple weeks, he just passed Michael Vick's record. So the correct answer is Lamar Jackson. Question number 12. Who was the first quarterback to throw 3,000 pass completions? That was the former quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, Fran Tarkenton. That was a long time ago. Boy, was it ever. So number 13, for my girls who know, they know. If they know, they know. This question's for you, ladies. What college team did Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver of the Minnesota Vikings, play for? The question's answer is LSU. And as a bonus, who was his quarterback at that time? That would be Joe Burrow. Joe Cool. Snow Joe, as he's newly been nicknamed. And a shout out to Joe Burrow. Welcome back, buddy. He was out for most of the season. Number 14. Who was the first quarterback to throw for 5,000 yards in one season? That would be number 13 himself, Dan Marino of the Miami Dolphins. Still love Dan Marino when he was playing for the Dolphins, and I loved the Dolphins then too, as well as the Birds. Number 15, defensive tackle Aaron Donaldson was drafted to what team? That team would be the LA Rams, led by Matthew Stafford, who are currently in first place and sitting at the number 1 seed of the NFC. I'm not even going to lie, I kind of think that they're going to go to the Super Bowl this year. They're balling out. Puka's doing great. Devontae Adams, I'm so glad to see that he's actually finally on a team that he's doing well at, and they're utilizing him to the best of his ability. So it's just a really good team. They're playing very, very well. Number 16, who was the number 1 draft pick in 2020? That would be Joe Burrow. And a year later, he went to the Super Bowl. How about that? Old Joey B. Joe Cool. Okay, this is just a fun question. Shout out to my husband, because this is his team. What did former running back of the Seattle Seahawks and Las Vegas Raiders do for his pregame ritual every game? Marshawn Lynch took a shot of Hennessy before every game. And I know that's probably illegal, but here we are. He was still an awesome player. And I still don't know why they did not give the ball to Marshawn. My husband wonders that himself, and he hates Russell Wilson to this day. And Pete Carroll as well. Number 18, who did Aaron Rodgers replace at Green Bay? He replaced Brett Favre. So one of the weird things I like to think about when it comes to that was, I remember when Green Bay got Aaron Rodgers, and, he sat the bench for most of his, a long time, because Brett Favre was still there. So he was kind of mentored under Brett Favre. And then Brett Favre moved on to the New York Jets, and Aaron Rodgers then became the starting quarterback for the Packers. And then they drafted Jordan Love, and he was mentored under Aaron Rodgers. And then Aaron Rodgers up and decided he was going to go to the Jets too. Like, what? How ironic is that? And Jordan Love is still playing. He is the franchised quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. And Aaron Rodgers is still playing also. I kind of felt bad, though, like when he went to the Jets. I really wanted to see him do well, because I wanted to see the Jets do well, right? But he fell that first snap of the second snap of that first game of the season and tore his Achilles. And I'm like, oh, that sucks so bad, bro. That field is such trash. But he was able to come back a year later. Still didn't do very well with the Jets, and has since moved on to the Steelers, where they are currently in first place for the division. So Aaron Rodgers, old man that he is still balling out, or trying to. Okay. Number 19. In 2022, which player was the sack leader in the NFL? He had the most sacks of all players. That would be my daughter's least favorite player, Nick Bosa. My daughter does not like the 49ers. She hates the 49ers. I don't know why she has such deep anger for the 49ers. If her grandfather was alive right now, he would be going after her all the time, because he was a Niners fan, and she would be just doing exactly what her dad did to this man by teasing him all the time and telling him how bad his team is. She does not like the 49ers. However, she does own one piece of 49ers merch, and that is her grandfather's 49ers hat. When he passed away, it was given to her. So she does have her Poppy's 49ers hat. Okay, so number 20. Which teams share stadiums? there are two stadiums that are shared by two teams each. The first one is the Meadowlands here in New Jersey, and that is where the New York Jets and the New York Giants play. The other stadium is in California. It is SoFi Stadium, and that is where the Los Angeles Rams and the Los Angeles Chargers play. Now this next question is a good trivia question. What two teams won Super Bowls in their home stadiums? That is very rare. It usually never happens, but it was done by two teams, and it was done in back-to-back years. The first year, it was the Bucks with Tom Brady, that first year. And the second year, it was the Rams at SoFi. So see that weird things do happen in the NFL. It is the NFL after all. Next question is number 22. What stadium has hosted the most Super Bowls? That would be the Superdome in Louisiana, in New Orleans. And yes, you know it's coming. The reigning and defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, won their second Super Bowl in the Superdome at Super Bowl Licks. Thank you, Gronk, for letting us know that it is truly called Super Bowl Licks. Go Birds. These next ones are kind of player specific. Number 23, what player holds the record for the most rushing yards for regular season all the way up through the postseason? That would be 2-6, Saquon Barkley, with 2,504 yards last year in the best year of his career. Go Birds. Number 24 is what quarterback has the most rushing touchdowns? This was another question that I had to change because when I got the question, it was a tie. It is no longer a tie. So the first quarterback, number one, is Josh Allen, because he just ran for a couple touchdowns over the past couple weeks. He was tied with Cam Newton for 75 touchdowns, but he has since surpassed Cam. So I just don't know what his number is. Probably maybe like 77, 78, something around there. And number third on that list is Jalen Hurts with 61 rushing touchdowns. QB1, that would be him. Go Birds. And the last question of my NFL trivia questions is, what is the oldest stadium in the NFL? The oldest stadium is Soldier Field in Chicago. It is where the Chicago Bears currently play, so it is still an active working stadium. Second oldest stadium, I do believe, is Lambeau Field, which is very historical. It's where the Packers play. And then I think the third stadium that is the oldest stadium is Arrowhead, where the Chiefs play. So yeah, guys, that's all of my football questions. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'm just trying to stay true to my channel, and that seems to be what works for me with my NFL information. I don't have any picks to give you because I'm recording this video early so I can get it posted for the premiere. So football will still be happening. We'll probably still be in the last game or two of the regular season, getting ready to head into playoffs. So I'll still be doing picks and stuff like that and walking through football on my channel. So I want to wish everybody happy holidays. By now, Christmas is the day after, so I'm going to say I wish everyone a very happy new year, a very prosperous new year. I hope everybody, I hope the year is good to everyone, and you're treated with kindness, and you treat other people with kindness. Because at the end of the day, that's kind of, we're all humans, and that's all that matters. Again, please feel free to leave a comment, like and subscribe. Love to have it. Love to have you guys here in the dinosaur lair, for sure. Again, we haven't had any incidences. The velociraptors seem to be holding their own and behaving themselves, so there's that. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share one more thing with you. I wanted to share my little guy who passed away in his Santa suit. Well, not Santa. So I'm just going to leave with this note right here. My little Christmas elf. So guys, thanks for checking out my channel. Thanks for checking out the video. I hope you enjoyed my questions. I hope you really enjoyed Krampus, because I had a fun time gathering that information, and I was so happy to share it with you all. Again, get yourself your own little Krampus, put under your tree. You can watch your kids and grandkids. Feel free to share that story. If you have any traditions of your own, send them to me, put them in a comment, and I'll research them, and maybe I can talk about them on my channel. If you have an urban legend in your area and you don't know how to present it, or you don't have a channel but you want to share it and you would like me to share that for you, put it in the comments. I'll research it and I'll present it to the best of my ability on my channel. I hope you guys are able to get your resolutions and stick to them, no matter what they are, whether it's a D-stash, a pen D-stash, or a no-buy, which I was on, but now I'm off, and now I'm on again. Who knows? I don't even know at this point. It's so confusing with no-buys. Because, hey, I'm on a no-buy, but Black Friday doesn't count. That kind of quelches your no-buy. Or I'm on a no-buy, but if I see my favorite artist, I'm buying. Well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of a no-buy, but that's okay, because it's all about, it's like Diamond Art Club says, do what makes you smile, do what makes you happy. That's what my husband tells me. Do you want that? Yes. Is it going to make you happy? Yes. Then that's all that matters at the end of the day. Life is too short, guys. Life is too short. Enjoy what time you have. So for now, guys, that's it. It's a little shorter of a video, just because I'm still not really feeling 100%. So I wanted to just go take some more medicine. But I wanted to get this video out there and post it before I forget to do it, or I just run out of time, which nobody wants to run out of time. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, dog? You feel me? Good. So again, I wish you all the best. I wish you a prosperous new year. I do believe, isn't this Year of the Snake or Year of the Horse? We're in Year of the Snake. It's going to be Year of the Horse, I think. So that's it, guys. So goodbye for now from the Diamond Dinosaur. Love and respect all of you all. Appreciate all of you. And always remember, guys, that roar in dinosaur means I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Hit that like button on your way out, or subscribe if you want to. It's entirely up to you. No pressure. You want to leave a comment, please be kind, but leave whatever comments you want, because we're just here to share. I'm just here to share my craft with you, and whatever little mundane information I have. I briefly talked about in the very beginning about paintitmave.com. I am an affiliate of theirs, and you can use my affiliate code GoBirds33. But I wanted to talk or show you guys the canvas that I was originally, or I purchased for Drills and Chills. Actually, let me re-roll it real quick. It's called Gingerbread Lane. I literally fell in love with it. And I did get the premium canvas. They have a standard. I can't remember off the top of my head what the other one is, but the premium canvas, you can get it to where the artwork goes all the way to the edge. So if you can see it here, but they take the picture, the artwork, and they take it all the way up to the past the actual drill spaces, and take it and put it up all the way up through the border, the scallop border. And as you can see, the drill field is very, very clear with this. So it's basically just Gingerbread Lane. So I'm going to slowly pull it upward so you guys can see it. So I may still start this after I'm done Santa All the Way. It's so pretty. I can't wait to see it done. It's going to be so pretty. So yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of confetti, but it looks like it may be almost like a color blocking a little bit in there too. Especially like around in like the houses with all these colors. So yeah, guys, and basically they have the same, you know, you want to share your canvas, you can just tag hashtag Painted Maeve on your social medias. Again, the website is, the name of the canvas is Gingerbread Lane. And you can find it at www.paintedmaeve.com. Painted Maeve is the artist. So you don't have a lot of different artists to choose from because they're all Painted Maeve is the actual artist. So if you needed to use it for a canvas, you could definitely, or for an event, you can definitely do that and just use Painted Maeve as your artist. Here's their socials. So on Instagram, they're at Painted Maeve. TikTok, they're at Painted Maeve. And on Facebook, at Painted Maeve. So yeah, so there's the canvas. Here's the drills. How pretty is that color palette? It almost reminds me of like a Mrs. Butterdy from Bath. With these colors, these pastel colors. I don't know off the top of my head if I got any specialty drills. Clearly, but here's some here. There are going to be some maybe electros, maybe crystals. I don't see any like fairy dust or anything like that. Oh wait, here's some. So it looks like you have some crystals here, and then this is probably some kind of a specialty drill, and this looks like it may be a fairy dust. Maybe this is a fairy dust. I don't see any Aurora Borealis, so I don't see any ABs. So let's open this up real quick, especially if I'm thinking of heating it up anyway, and see if that is an AB in there. Oh, here's some ABs here. So you have the crystal right here, and then you have two ABs. This, I don't know what this one is. It's some kind of specialty drill, but I can't really tell what it is. I'm not really sure. And then the rest of these are all going to be, so these are all going to be your fairy dust. And this is, again, that drill. I'm not quite sure what it is. Not quite sure. But then you have these these two ABs. And then you have those crystals, the crystal drills. So I can't wait to do this. Again, the Christmas season, I feel like this came so quick. So I don't know if I'll get to do it this year. I mean, I can try, but I'm currently in the Mary Morales 2025 event that goes to the 31st of January. And then on the 1st, I pick up Rose Library to start the Ivy Dollamore event. So I'm not going to kick this up because I very well may wait and do this for next year's Drinkled Girls. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's it, guys. That's all I have. Again, I hope you had a great holiday season. Welcome again to my lair. Welcome back if you've been here before. Thank you for coming this time. Again, don't worry. Tell all your friends there's been no raptor event incidents anywhere in the past year, so you're good to go and safe here. It's a safe place. So, again, happy holidays. I wish you a strong and prosperous new year for you and your family. And I'll catch you on the flip side, guys. Bye.